How might Vladimir Tarasenko's arrival impact his buddy Artemi Panarin? Panarin answered that question 4 times over tonight. 4 goals in a 6-2 Rangers win over the Carolina Hurricanes atop the Metro Division. Hi, everyone. Inside our Delta MSG studios, John Giannone and Steve Valiquette. Back-to-back nights, back-to-back 6-goal games, and a third period where you figured Carolina, first game in 10 days, would be the fresher team. They were outshot 6-4 and outscored 4-0 in the third.
And you know where the Rangers took over was 8 minutes left with that penalty kill in the third period. That was a shutdown playoff style. Do not allow Carolina to get over the offensive blue line. And when they did get set up, they got one measly shot. It was nothing. The Rangers were so strong defensively that I felt like it gave some fuel and belief to their legs. Of course, Panarin takes the game over himself, and that's always the unique thing about having multiple star elite players on one team. You never know when one of them's going to step up and take over on the night. The most amazing thing to me, though, this has been a great week of hockey, 4 straight wins. The hardest game was this one. You're going into Carolina. They've only lost 9 games all year. And to have a performance like that says everything I need to know about this club right now. They are cooking. They are cooking.
Artemi Panarin with 4 goals, 3 in the third period, his first career 4-goal game. This was a guy who had 4 goals in his previous 21 games. He scores 4 goals in a period plus tonight against one of the best teams, the second best defensive team in the NHL. The boys in the film room, powered by CDW and HP, have been working overtime to get those 4 prepared to show, and Steve will explain exactly how this went down.
Well, excited to break this down because there was definitely a theme there. Artemi Panarin was shooting low glove side on Frederik Andersen, and it starts right away. The good forecheck here, once the line change was made and Trocheck does what he does, and he's the guy that goes first, and he gets in on it, it really loosens up Carolina where Vesey can make a play now, and it's just a soft touch play here to Panarin. But look at the glove hand. The fingers are pointing up on Andersen, and the knee is off the ice. And that's when you know you have something that is an exposure that will be there in the future. So when Mikkola receives this play from Schneider, once again, Trocheck is in a position to get it in deep, and Vesey wants to play quick. He wants to put pressure on Frederik Andersen. He wants to flush him out. So that play right there now allows Trocheck to catch up, take a straight line, and one more time, this opens up the points. So now all 3 forwards are low below the top of the circles, and Panarin can read this, and on his reroute, I'm wondering if Schneider shoots for pass off pad here. I'm hoping we find the answer to that. But it's a great play where Panarin's able to sweep in and score. That's his 2nd of the night. Panarin's not done. Now, let's talk about Panarin on breakaways. This is when he's successful. Shoot at the top of the hash, low glove. It's his first breakaway goal of the season. If you remember on Wednesday against Vancouver, he missed the net altogether on a deke. That's his best play. If you remember 2 years ago, he scored against Sorokin in the first game against the Islanders that same way. And goal number 4, same idea, turns, gets it to his forehand after the forecheck has a lot of pressure. And where does he go? Low glove. So Panarin knows exactly what he wants to do against Frederik Andersen. I guess the long view of the good news is Carolina, there's a pretty good chance the Rangers have to go through them at some point in the playoffs, and they have a very good idea of how they're going to get to Andersen.
All 4 of those goals for Panarin in the final 22 minutes and 11 seconds. All 4 of those goals came after Gerard Gallant moved him off the top line with Zibanejad and Tarasenko and onto the second line with Trocheck and Jimmy Vesey. What stands out to you?
Well, what stands out is that 3 weeks ago when the Rangers lost 3-1 against the Boston Bruins, Gerard Gallant said their chemistry better get better. They could have had 3 or 4 goals, but they could have easily have been on for 5 or 6. That really stuck with me because I was waiting to see how long it was going to be until they got another run together. And you got to understand, guys read the paper. They hear the comments, they know what's being said, and I'm sure that fired them up. And at some point they said to one another, like, you know, let's show them. Let's show them, because you want to be able to go to different lines during the postseason. You've got 30 games or so just to see who really fits. But these things are going to happen, and that was a really nice boost for them for whatever happens in the future.
It's 5 straight wins now. It's points in 7 straight. Points in 7 straight on the road for one of the 5 best teams away from home in the NHL. We saw the 4 goals by Panarin. We know Kaapo Kakko scored into the empty net. The other goal for the Rangers came in the first period. It gave the Rangers the lead. It came from Mika Zibanejad on the power play. No surprise.
I am surprised. I'm surprised that move worked again because I know that Carolina, they're an analytic-driven team. They are a coaching staff that had 10 days to prepare for the New York Rangers on the penalty kill, and they still weren't able to stop them. They would have seen the Rangers score this way on Monday. They would have seen them score this way last night against Seattle. So I am surprised. And when Heel comes out here and Fox comes in, they've got a nice entry where everybody gets to get set up quickly, and that's the whole idea. You want to get into your setup, but when Panarin has the puck here below the goal line, he's looking up top to Zibanejad, and they already know how they want to run this and what they want to try first. That's the key. What is Carolina giving you? They have a passive box right now, and they have to find out what can we get away with on our very first look. And you can see the time on the clock here. They're just getting into 30 and 40 seconds. And as Panarin gets the puck, his first look is a right-handed passer, Panarin, to a lefty outside the stick lane of the Carolina players, Chris Kreider. And that's why this backhand move works. And on this play, it's a bit of a touch that ends with, yes, a bit of a broken play, but that's the play right there that's worked for them so well this year. And you see Mika now, he's got 16 goals this season with another power play goal tonight. It's a career high, and he's right there sandwiched between McDavid and Draisaitl, the two best on the power play this year in the NHL. He's in top company, and it's just great to see him right now be able to understand we can still go to this for a little while longer. How much longer can they milk the cow? I mean, I don't know, but it's working. They're going to have different looks off of it. It's such a threat.